Your turn, Yugi boy.
What is up, guys? This is Linthio coming at you with a deck profile update of my Herald of Perfection deck. That is with the Spirit engine, so the Spirit of Perfection. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it for you guys. So without further ado, we have the 3 Herald of Perfection, the main boss monster. The card that you use for basically winning. Like, this is one of your main win conditions. You want to get this out as quick as possible. Game over. Then we have the 3 Manju 10,000 Hands. This is one of the main cards that you need to search, because without this, the consistency does go down a fair bit. So we have the 3 Manju in there for a very good reason. Then we have the 2 Megami. Because this is the Spirit version, I only play 2 vanillas, and playing 2 Megami is a really good number, because if you do draw that one, then you still have that other one in your deck. Even if you do draw both, it's not the end of the world, because you can ditch them with multiple different ways, and then you can emerald them back into the deck. Then we have the 3 Aratama, one of your main searchers. It's just so good. You can just go +1 with this to even get extra negates with Herald of Perfection, and also for normal Spirit plays. We then have the 3 Nikotama. Nikotama is a great card, one of the best in my opinion, and you're kind of a good win condition, because obviously you can go into rank 4 plays, and you can also do Tethys plays with this, which you'll see in a little bit. The 2 Izami, for recycling basically. The card's really good. You can ditch any of those dead spells or dead traps or dead monsters in your hands for live monsters, and also for your fairies, because there's nothing like ditching a dead advanced ritual art for a free fairy. Then we have the 2 Yaksha, one of my favourite cards in here, because he's just so useful for bouncing that back row. He's a water, so he gets around a lot of things like Light Imprison and Mirror, and he just works out really well. So he's a great card to utilise in the deck. We have the 1 Ryatsu. Again, I love this card so much. He's just so useful. The fact that you can just bounce things back. One thing that I normally find myself doing is, if I'm up against a lot of boss monsters, but they can't get over Herald of Perfection, I'll normally just summon Ryatsu Reveal and bounce them back. And it's just so useful, because they actually can't stop it a lot of the times. So really useful. And we then have the 2 Herald of Orange. I've only cut it down to 2 because it was clogging a little bit for me, and I found that I didn't actually need it as much currently. So Herald of Orange at 2 is working out well, but I think I'm probably going to bump it back up to 3 again at some point, because the card's just too good, to be honest. It's just currently with testing and the current deck that I have, I don't need it as much. We don't have the 2 Tethys, because it's for Tethys plays. It's to just be a little bit speedier, and the card is really useful. The 1 Honest, because I play lights, you know, like lights are the dominating attribute in here. The 2 Gel and Duos, I put 2 in because I wanted to stall out a little bit more, just in case I don't have any, you know, any of my combo pieces. Bear isn't an issue anymore, so Gel and Duo is a little bit better, because, you know, 5-fist popping doesn't really happen as such now, and with the hands they can't actually do anything if they just decide to run into this face down, or anything like that. So I actually quite like Gel and Duo at 2. The 1 Outlook Christia, because it's a lot harder to summon in this deck, because you don't have as much graveyard control as the agent build, but it's still a very useful card. You can still stack it with chain if I so wish, and it's still it's still useful, and having 1 copy just works out for me. I don't see it as much, obviously, but it's still so devastating when I do get it out. We then have the 2 Maxi. I've put Maxi in the deck because special summoning is, you know, fairly big currently, and it also works very well with Tethys, because I can just summon Tethys kind of with a transmodify and then end, and then in my opponent's turn just drop the Maxi and go for mad pluses. So it's just really nice to have. It also keeps the pressure on my opponent. We then have the 3 Preparation Rites, because it's a very useful card in this deck, because I can ditch the Advanced Ritual Art into the grave with Larval Chain and then play this to get it from the deck and also get Herald. So it's kind of in that situation a 1 card Ritual Summon. Speaking of which, we have the 2 Advanced Ritual Art. Always play this card at maximum when playing this type of deck. Really do hope it comes to 3. I'm not holding my breath, but I can. The 2 Transmodify, because you saw the Tethesis and it actually works quite well. It's also very nice. A play that you can do with this, if you don't know, you can do Nikotama and then Aratama, for example, search, do Transmodify into Tethys, and then as soon as Tethys hits the board, Nikotama resolves, allowing you to draw because you have a spirit, and then you can keep drawing with Tethys as long as you hit the fairies. So that's a nice way to replenish your hand and really just overwhelm you. We then have the 2 creature swaps, because creature swaps are great cards. I play spirits and it makes sense, so creature swap is excellent, also nice in a very tight situation. And then the final one are 2 Royal Decree. I'm preferring Royal Decree currently in this format, but these can easily be taken out for Vanity's Emptiness or any other cards that I so wish. Then going on to the extra deck, we have the 2 101s, because this card wins me games single-handedly and I will not cut it from anything other than 2. The 1 Evil Sworn Extra Knight, because again wins games. Larval Chain and Emerald, because again these make for really good plays. I can put the normals back into the back into the deck if I so wish, or just anything in particular. Bit of graveyard control for Christia, and for also stacking and dropping the Advanced Ritual Arts. The 1 Diamond Direwolf for general kind of back row removal, if I so wish, or monster removal. The Black Shippercorn, again, if there are any like really annoying problem monsters that I just want to get rid of, like your Gachis or, you know, your anything like that. The 1 Constellar Omega in here just in case, because it does give your opponent a bit of a headache, so I do quite like it. Also means I do have access to M7. The 1 Heartland Drago, because this card's so cool and I do enjoy playing it, and it does annoy my opponents quite considerably. The 1 Crazy Box, in case I get skill drained. The 1 Dweller and the 1 Cowboy, because these 2 go together in my opinion. And they're just great, you know, artifacts or mammals, anything like that, just cry. The 1 Fairy Cheergirl, because I play fairies. Tethys, draw, anything like that, just for Herald or anything. The 1 Ragnar Zero, because it's the new edition and the card's really good. And then finally the 1 M7, because I play the Omega. So that is it, guys. That is the updated Spirit of Perfection deck profile. I hope you did enjoy it. Yeah, that's basically it. It's been testing very well as usual, enjoying Herald. Don't know if I'm bringing it to yours or not. It's kind of, we shall see. But yeah, that's it. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think of the deck. Like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.